Welcome. Would like to give you a tour and spill the tea on my new kitchen and our cabinets from Yorktowne Cabinetry. These are in the knotty alder, which you'll see the knots throughout, in Eagle Rock stain. Those are the upgraded Lawson door with the solid wood in the middle so that we get some knots going in the middle. Beautiful knot there on the Coliseum base that I used as a finishing trim there on the bottom of the back side of the cabinets. And our deluxe finished end panel. Nice big drawer stack. The sink base. Little drawer stack next to the stove. Enclosed the refrigerator. Added a little outside corner on top as a trim. More of the knots in the knotty alder. And now, I just want to give you some of the details that we did. So, let's start. These are technically a semi-custom cabinet, but I've worked at a cabinet shop before, and these are way more custom than what our custom cabinets were. So I refer to these as custom manufactured cabinets. Let's go over some details. Almost every single cabinet in this kitchen has customization to it. So this floating cabinet, which is not really floating, it's attached to a soffit that was there, has the integrated deluxe end on that cabinet. So it finishes off. That's all part of the box of the cabinet. I did extend on top the top rail, which is actually a free modification that they did on there to adjust for crown trim so that I could put my scribe molding up there to cap it off. On the left side of this cabinet, I did a flush furniture end to finish that side off. That is not an applied skin, that's actually integrated in the cabinet. On the back side of this cabinet, I did a decorative end panel applied to the back, and I did that for a reason. Instead of doing a deluxe back, which is an option from Yorktowne, I wanted it so that it would pull out the same depth as the back side of this cabinet. So I've got another deluxe panel to finish that off to take it the distance to the wall, and you'll see why underneath. That way I cover that dead space without doing a easy reach corner, which I just didn't have access, or a blind corner. I kind of made this cabinet into a blind corner. Let me show you what I mean. All right, back to the front side of this cabinet. So I made it my own version of a blind cabinet. Again, all plywood, because I did sandwich that up. That has a whole piece of plywood under that soffit to screw these up to. Again, that adjusts for crown molding, so I've got room for my little scribe up there as a crown. And I did extend, I added an extended side to that cabinet. That's all integrated into the cabinet, so that I had enough of a blank spot for my return so that the doors wouldn't hit on that next cabinet. That is a filler because I did increase the height of these other cabinets 6 inches taller so I could get a little bit more space. That cabinet did not do the adjusted, well actually I did, yeah, the adjust for crown trim so I could get that quarter round up there. Flush finish side on that side, it's all plywood. Flush finish side on this side of the left cabinet on the sink. Did the flyover up there, which I used a floating shelf as my flyover piece. That's all one piece with the outside corner as a crown trim up there. This cabinet not only had the flush finish in there, extended that left style another 6 inches, which is the max you can do without getting into a custom modification. Then to the right of the microwave cabinet, this cabinet is another extended right style so that I got this blank area so my doors don't rub. Flush finish side because you were going to see this with the microwave. The cabinet above the microwave, the only modification it had was the adjust for crown trim. So I've got the reveal up there for my outside corner. The left cabinet, flush finish side, and I did an extended style left, a 1/2 inch, so I wouldn't be rubbing the side of that refrigerator box. Same way on the base cabinet with the drawer stack, extended that style on the left, so since I was installing this, I didn't have to rip down a filler, and I just like the nice integrated look that it gives. Dishwasher end panel over there so that it would go all the way to the ground so I wouldn't have a dead area on the left side of the stove. This was a blind cabinet in the original layout that the builders had put in. I did use a blind cabinet in there, but I did, and you can't see it, with the modification. So it's got the full depth shelf, soft close drawers. I did on the inside of that cabinet order it with the full wall, so I don't have an empty hole where that other cutout would have been, so I don't have a deep hole back there to lose things in. Sink cabinet, pretty standard sink cabinet. I hate the tip out trays, so I do not have that, but I did get the optional cabinet mat. It's a great place, so it keeps all the cleaners and everything from rubbing on the plywood. Really nice feature. Our liquor cabinet. I didn't do anything to that except the extended style right, so that I would get that little blank spot in there. I did do an applied filler. This drawer stack, again, I just did an extended style left. I didn't do the wide style because I just needed that filler in there. But again, that way that filler was integrated, and did an overlay filler to finish it off. Drawer stack to the right of the dishwasher. Great, nice full extension, soft close drawers. I did do on the right side, as you'll see down on the bottom, I did the toe kick modification so that the whole panel ran down to the floor, because I wanted to kind of give it that little foot reveal there, so that my decorative end panel, my deluxe end panel, that is a separate panel, would screw to it and finish off really nicely down there at the toe. On the back side of these, so those are all standard 24 deep, which comes out to about here. This used to just be an overhang, and we never used it to like sit at the peninsula. So I wanted it to look nice and finished from the dining room. So you can see how nice and finished that looks. But I wanted more storage. So what we did was I made these all cabinets. Put the hidden pulls on there so you don't really see the pulls. Now we've got all that storage under there. This one opens the same way. I did not do butt doors on there. I did not want butt doors because I wanted that style so my reveals would be consistent. And I did order flush toe on those because I wanted to pull it out and make it look like furniture. And then I capped it with the Coliseum molding in the knotty alder. This cabinet, on the final one, I did an extended style right. I think it was about 1 inch. And I did a modified depth on it. And it actually is 30 inches deep, so it comes to right about where that teapot is back there. So that we've got nice deep storage there. And that was about it for the modifications. But beautiful knotty alder custom cabinets from Yorktowne Cabinetry, American made, all wood construction, soft close everywhere, and that beautiful, beautiful finish that Yorktowne does. It is a 2-part catalyzed finish. Whoops, missed a little dust. 2-part catalyzed finish, one of the best in the industry. The knotty alder is just such a gorgeous wood, and this color is so gorgeous. I absolutely love this. Capped off with a true marble, statuario marble that I got at the fabricator. Really good price on it. Absolutely love the marble. They did that entire peninsula in one piece, and then just had one little seam there. Undermount sink from Kraus. Hansgrohe faucet. And then again, that was one piece from that seam all the way back to the corner with the coffee pot. And then one more little piece over there. It is a beautiful kitchen and magnificent. And let me show you what we did in the bathrooms. Again, as I'm spilling the tea on these cabinets and the redesign here that I did, we had this flyover already there, that soffit flyover, whatever you want to call it, and that one up there that's painted that very light gray. And the reason I wanted to do these is these cabinets used to come down and they were 24 inches high, so it came down 2 feet from the soffit, and they came all the way across, which was nice because you got a little bit more cabinet space. But as you're standing in the kitchen, like we see here, you couldn't see the TV or talk to anyone in the living room or dining room. So I wanted to eliminate that, capped it off with another floating shelf that I used as my top part. And that was the biggest caveat to opening this up, was so that we could actually see. And my solution to get a little bit more cabinet space then was, besides making the other cabinets 6 inches taller, these are now 30 inches high. So I got 6 inches more height on the left and the right, and they're now balanced because they have the same size doors on both sides, so it looks good too. One more detail in the kitchen too. Had the fabricators make us a custom dog splash for the water bowls, because that's where the dogs keep the water bowls. That's why I didn't bring the cabinets all the way out. But I did finish off the refrigerator with this custom depth refrigerator deluxe end panel. Last but not least, the master bath. Again, more of the Yorktowne custom cabinets, with again repeating the same statuary marble. Hansgrohe fixtures and Kohler sinks. Love those round sinks, so cool. Added the sconces. Just used to have the ugly disco bar up top. Single cabinet, customized again because it is Yorktowne. Did extended stiles on both left and right to avoid the ugly fillers that they had in there, and then again a leftover split in half overlay filler on each end to finish it all off. Again in the solid knotty alder with some magnificent knots. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Then custom woodwork behind, all from Yorktowne, which is just simply 6-inch fillers to mount the sconces on, another 6-inch filler across the top to cap it off, and then 2 round mirrors from Home Depot that were only like 50 bucks a piece. Guest bathroom, which was actually the first cabinet that I put in. So that's been in here for a couple of years. Same door style, but actually this is in the classic from Yorktowne. So that is the Lansing door, which they did not have the solid wood insets then. So those panels are actually just veneer panels in the middle, but again still solid wood with a finished end and an extended left style 1-inch, which I love to do in vanity cabinets. So if an installer cannot forget the 1-inch filler so that the drawers clear the door casings, super important. Cortec Accolade Oak, and the best toilets on the market, the American Standard Cadet 3. Those are actually from Lowe's. Love it. Kohler cast iron tub. Replaced the fiberglass shower that was the all-in-one. Love that tile. Got that at ProSource. That's in the master and the hall bath. Sorry, the fan's on. And again, Hansgrohe Jolene series shower with the matching Jolene faucet. Again, the Kohler round sink. And in here, I was originally going to put those in the master, but they were just a little smaller than I thought. Those are from Uttermost. Love the randomness with the gold frames. Goes really cool with the sconces. And then again, that LED flat fixture up top, which is from Amazon. Love, love, love. Yorktowne Cabinetry. And again, the statuarial marble with a nice rounded edge. I also did the half bullnose edge, and did have the fabricators do the half round over into the sinks with those round sinks. Love, love, love.